Hey guys, I'm Em, and I'm here to discuss our class textbook, Chapter 3, The Economics of the Media Industry, from page 28 to page 38. So, the book starts off by talking about the concentration of ownership, and it discussed that the clearest trends in media ownership is that it's increasing concentration in fewer and fewer hands, which means that it's owned by big media corporations instead of, as I like to call them, the little guy. So our book actually quotes a book called The New Media Monopoly by Ben, and I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce his last name. And it says that there are only about 5 global firms that dominate the mass media industry in the United States. And that's Time Warner, the Walt Disney Company, Viacom, News Corporation, and a company in Germany. And all these produce and distribute newspapers, magazines, radio, television, books, and movies. So a property of Time Warner called Time Inc. is actually one of the biggest magazine producers, and it towers over its competitors with 22 different U.S. print titles. So they're not just making one magazine, but they're making very many different types of magazines with different names. So it could be Us Weekly, or People, or even the No Name Technology, or Fashion, or just a regular magazine. It spans to get a vast majority of the audience. The motion picture industry is dominated by 6 companies: NBC Universal Pictures, Viacom Paramount Pictures, Time Warner's Warner Brother, Walt Disney Studios, the News Corporation's 20th Century Fox, and Sony's Columbia Pictures. As you can see, some of them are actually recurring from the 5 global firms that dominate mass media. The live music industry is a little different. It's dominated actually by one single company called Live Nation. It's active in over 20 countries, and it's producing over 22,000 events per year. So this actually goes the same for television. So the major media companies own vast portfolios of products spanning the range of media formats and delivery systems. So because most products are carry out different names rather than the big label, the corporation owners, most media users are unaware that a large number of media outlets are owned by one single corporation. So, for example, NBC Universal, its television side, owns not only the main NBC network, but it also owns the Sci-Fi Network, where Face Off is on, E! Entertainment, which we all know Keeping Up with the Kardashians are on, USA Network, Bravo, the home of the Real Housewives, Oxygen, the Weather Channel, Fandango, and Telemundo. And they do this just to be an even bigger company. So next, this chapter talks about conglomeration and integration. And that's all about how the concentration of media ownership kind of means that fewer corporations own the media. So media companies have become part of much larger corporations which own a collection of other companies. So I actually posted 2 links to an article along with this. The cable company Comcast is actually now the largest media conglomerate, and that's after it purchased NBC from GE in 2011. So now one of the top cable companies owns one of the top networks. So it just makes them an even bigger force to be reckoned with. So there are actually 2 types of integration when it comes to merging companies to make conglomeration. There's horizontal integration, and then there's vertical integration. So vertical integration refers to the process by which one owner acquires all aspects of production and distribution, if I can't pronounce that, sorry, of one single type of media. So that would be like a magazine company trying to buy many different aspects of magazine companies just to be one larger magazine corporation or conglomeration. So horizontal integration is actually a little different. This refers to the process by which one company buys different kinds of media. So it's buying throughout different types of media rather than up and down through the same one. So take the Walt Disney Corporation for an example. So not only do they own, of course, Walt Disney World and all ABC Family, Disney Channel, but they also own ESPN, and they turned ESPN to a cross-promotion vehicle. So ESPN just doesn't really deal with sports anymore. ESPN has not just one, but a few different networks on television. They have a radio show, they have a magazine, they have the ESPN mobile app, which gives you all your updates to your favorite sports teams, and they actually have a restaurant and bar and stores. So while sports is still the main focus, you could see that they're going through different types of media. So it's not just TV, but it's also radio, magazine, going to the mobile industry, and going into restaurants. So while becoming a conglomeration is really big for big companies and CEOs, there's actually consequences to this. So an increase in media promotion is good if you own many different networks, but there's actually a decrease in media products that are not suitable for this cross promotion. So you'll see like the Disney Channel can promote Freeform, like the new network, but they can't promote any of the shows on it because it's not suitable. It also makes it more difficult for smaller media firms to compete with these major corporations because these corporations own everything. And lastly, the last consequence is that news agencies and other outlets have to change their ways when they are bought by new owners. So one example of this that I have the link below is the show 30 Rock, created by Tina Fey. Kind of shows her life as it was on SNL, writer of a sketch comedy show. Well, they get bought out by GE, and they become the parent owner of her network, which is supposedly NBC. So Jack Donaghy, who's played by Alec Baldwin, tells Liz Lemon, Tina Fey's character, that she has to incorporate GE products into her show no matter how much she doesn't want to. And not only that, but he actually changed the show in general. The show used to be The Girly Show, starring her friend Jenna, but he changed it to TGS with Tracy Jordan. And no matter how much Liz Lemon wants to say no, she can't, because she can get fired or her whole show can get canceled because that's not what the conglomerate wants. And that's it. Thanks, guys.